Icons are very useful in design. They can be visual cues as to the information you're trying to get across, and a bit of visual punch inside information that may otherwise be a little stale. As with other parts of design, it's important to be smart with their application in order to get their full impact. Simply put, some guidelines to follow if you're going to use icons are: ensure they're all the same style, ensure they're not cheesy, ensure they're lined up, and not too many. So quickly through each. Same style. We want to ensure we're consistent throughout the design so it looks professional and cohesive. If we have 4 different styles of icons throughout, it can be distracting and detract from the design. So ensure you find a set of icons that'll cover what you need and stick to it. We'll discuss great free resources at the end of this lesson. Not cheesy. So this might seem a bit subjective, but it's fairly common sense if an icon is in poor taste. Icons are simple visual signifiers, not the main attraction. So keep things simple and clean. Lined up. One of our primary goals in using icons is to help guide the eye to information or flow through the content. More often than not, the best way to achieve this is to ensure that the icons are nicely lined up or aligned. Think of the email and phone number of a business card, or perhaps numbered phases shown in order. Not too many. If things are getting too crowded, it's not a great place for icons, as they'll just add to the confusion. A few are great for highlighting information, but too many become a distraction and don't serve their purpose. When to use icons. Icons work great in a lot of scenarios. If information has a type that can be easily identified, again with the phone or email example, that's an excellent place. They also work well together in information groupings, so here with event details. It becomes much easier for the viewer to find a particular piece of info, say like the date, rather than having them read all the text that's there. Themed lists. You can often think about icons taking the place of bullets in a list. That list would often have a theme to it, in this case animals. And we can easily identify a type for each one, and then we can apply an icon. Phases or steps are great candidates, either as simple large numbers or letters, or icons to denote what's going on in that phase. We can consider an application where there are bodies of particular information, and we can use icons to call them out, providing some visual anchors and some interest. You'll note here that I broke our own rule about having our icons lined up. However, this information isn't necessarily sequential. We can instead use the icons as anchors for the pieces of information and lead the reader through the content. Design is a bit more flexible than rigid. Title pages or entire sections of documents are great places for icons, as long as there's enough punch or prominence to them. It's especially nice if it's carried through the rest of the document to provide a cohesive design and touch points for where we are. Again, if a concept in a document on its own or a set of information can be narrowed down into a visual representation like nature, science, or people, etc., that's an excellent candidate for an icon to provide visual interest and anchoring. To go back to our first 2 guidelines for using icons, have a consistent style and don't be cheesy. Just where would we find suitable icons? Here's a couple great resources. Font Awesome. Font Awesome is a free set of icons you can download and use for your designs, or even embed them for use on your website. They are searchable, downloadable, in a range of formats. So there's the potential with these of having the same icon style throughout your work, from business card to website. Icon Finder includes a large number of icons you can search through, as well as multiple formats you can download. The site features sets of icons, which can help when trying to keep a consistent icon style. The site also includes an editor that lets you make color changes or small tweaks. Pay attention when you're downloading, though, as some icons may require that you give attribution to the original artists. Smashing Magazine, a blog and resource site for designers and developers, has a great section of freebies, including a number of beautiful icon packs. They'll feature different themes from different artists, so it's an interesting variety to browse through. Here too, though, pay attention to the attribution requirements if a particular set has them. And that is a look at using iconography in design. With some rules and some resources, you're all set to add some great icons to your work. See you in the next lesson.